Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Harlequin here, and welcome back to another episode of HarlequinCasts Dawn of War 2 Retribution. Today we are taking a look at the second game from the semifinals of the recent THQ Insider United Kingdom event. This was a tournament for the Dawn of War Retribution launch, and the winner from this tournament took home a copy of Homefront for the PC. So we already covered one of the semifinals game, and now we'll take a look at the brackets here. The second game we're looking at is going to be between 2marston and Redders. 2marston, however, is playing as his other account, Chef Elite. So Chef Elite versus Redders in a Space Marine versus Space Marine mirror match. So let's go ahead and get this game started. And on the lower right-hand side of the map, this is, of course, the 1 versus 1 map, Outer Reaches. You will see we have Redders playing as the Apothecary for the Space Marines, all dressed in a beautiful white to match his medical garb. And on the left-hand side of the screen, already making a beeline for the center of the map, we have Chef Elite, who is 2marston. And by the way, 2marston is an avid participant in the Project Learn to Play, which I covered in an earlier Newbie Tuesday episode there. ProjectLearnToPlay.com. Which teaches players how to overcome the learning curves of Dawn of War 2 and become better players and all that fun stuff, and I don't totally support those guys. No bias here, though, just kind of comment on the game. So, as I said before, Chef Elite is playing the Force Commander today. So let's take a look at their initial build orders and see what's going on. Looks like Chef Elite went and got a Tactical Marine Squad second, who is now out capping the victory point nearest his base. And on the other side of the map here, it looks like Mr. Apothecary, Redders, went ahead and got 2 Scout Squads. So double Scout Squads on the move versus single Scout Squad and Tactical Marine Squad. And already we can see power generators coming down. So Chef Elite looks like he is in the mood for fast tech. I wonder if he's just going to keep on pounding out power generators, or if he's going to try and get a third squad anytime soon. For the most part, everyone's just kind of spreading out, capping what they need to cap. And we have double power generators up as well for Redders here. You can hear those power generators just firing off as they get through. So everybody's just making a beeline for tech here. Here's our very first hint of a conflict right now, and you can see a little bit of early game power being spent on the Force Commander as he is getting a power sword. Force Commander, backed by Tactical Marines, and backed by some scouts up north there, are just kind of moving in right now, taking a peek around, and we can see it looks like the Apothecary and the scouts are just kind of tastefully backing away from that encounter for the time being. Way down in the south, it looks like the Scout Squad went ahead and took care of that power node, and looks like there is a full grip of 3 power generators up right now for Chef Elite here, whereas we have 2 up for Redders for the time being. A little bit of light gen bashing. I think that's sort of incidental. I don't think he's actually trying to do that just yet. But now we can see he has aroused the attention of the Apothecary and the Scout Squad here, who are now moving in just to kind of poke around at these guys. Power generators just coming down all over the place. So we've got 2 fast-teching Space Marines here, all of them opting for 3 generators right away. But it looks like spending 50 energy right away, Redders has kind of a different plan in mind than Chef Elite. He is going for an Assault Squad. So let's take a look up here in the north. It looks like this Scout Squad took a casualty and is going to have to retreat. And now we see the full might of the Tactical Marines charging in, getting involved in close combat here with this Scout Squad. Scout Squad being healed by the Apothecary. The Apothecary now rushing into their aid as well. Tactical Marines are surprisingly good at melee when they force the issue. You can see them chasing these poor scouts all around, just kind of running around and around in circles. The scouts taking a single casualty, and now that they've got some ground between them, are going to go ahead and retreat, and the Tactical Marines are going to take this opportunity to bow out as well. The scouts are now going to cap this, the Apothecary is now capping that, and the Northern Control goes back to Redders for the time being. Looks like we've got the Force Commander in the middle here. He does have his power sword out, and the Assault Squad is bumping right on into him, and these guys are just going to fight like crazy. And he has activated his Battle Cry right now. Battle Cry, of course, makes every attack that he throws at the enemy is a special attack, knocking them back and whatnot. And quite sure Redders was aware of that, went ahead and just simply jumped away with his Assault Squad, waiting for that to wear out. Now that it has, he's back in action, but it looks like it doesn't matter. Luck is on the side of the Force Commander today. He's just going to do special attacks no matter what, and having lost sight of those Assault Marines, he is just going to take swings at whatever comes his way, including all of these scouts. By the way, it looks like both scouts, well, one of them has been upgraded with the shotgun already, and the second one is being upgraded now. So pretty much it seems like all of Redders' early game power is being poured into Tier 1. What with the Assault Marines, the Scouts having knockback with their shotgun blasts, and we're going to have a little bit of combat here. So bam, there's one high explosive shot, knocking back Chef Elite's scouts right there. Tactical Marines now are involved in some vicious melee right now with the Assault Marines. The Assault Marines doing quite a good job at that, inflicting a single casualty there, but we can see the Force Commander is not giving up chase. Looks like the Apothecary showed up just in time to go ahead and drop a heal on some of these wounded scouts. Now the 2nd Tactical Marine Squad is back and involved in close combat once again. Yeah, they are definitely under the effect of Battle Cry right now, and you can see this Force Commander just having a special attack with every single hit, absolutely giving the business to this Apothecary, just knocking him back flat on his back with every attack. Even being really low health, he was able to just sit there and just kind of, engage that man in fierce fisticuffs. So the Apothecary sent running home, and it looks like central control goes back to Chef Elite, who we can now see is spending all of his power going all the way up to Tier 2. So Chef Elite definitely has a fast Tier 2 plan, having got 2 tactical squads and a scout squad. Spending not really anything. Now that he is going to Tier 2, he's now upgrading some shotguns on his scouts. So really he only spent power, it looks like, on some upgrades for his Force Commander. Force Commander, by the way, now has the armor of Alacrity, which will allow him to sprint on into combat here. Here come the Assault Marines now, charging on in, getting right on top of these Tactical Marines for Chef Elite. Redders definitely just kind of hacking and slashing away here. We've got some nice, very clear and distinct yellow versus white units today. Makes it very easy for commenting. Although as a child, I often had trouble telling the difference between white and yellow. I mean, like a really little kid. Why am I telling you this? I don't know. It's color commentary. It fills the gap. So, anyhow, we've got some combat coming out here right now as the Assault Marines are jumping on in, putting a little bit of pressure on these scouts. Looking a tad surrounded, but I think they've got enough damage here to do. And by the way, it's important to note as well here that the Apothecary has been upgraded to have the Mastercraft Bolter, which also has a knockback effect right now. So 3 out of 4 of Redder's units right now have knockback effects, but it doesn't matter. The Force Commander is just going to knock everybody around here. But you can see that all of these retreating Tactical Marines have taken quite a bit of casualties. Well, 1 casualty, but that's quite a bit. That's a third of their men. The Force Commander still continuing to sit here and represent, but now you can see there is that. What the heck is it called? It's the full auto ability on the Apothecary, knocking these gentlemen back and forth in combination with the high explosive shot from the shotguns, doing quite a bit of damage there. And now it looks like the tides have turned slightly. The Apothecary and all of these Assault Marines are just going to get some light gen bashing in. It will take them a while, but they can certainly cut down on that generator. And now, by the way, so Tier 2 is just beginning for Redders, but oh, lo and behold, looks like Chef Elite does have a Razorback coming out on the field right now, and that is absolutely not countered right now. I mean, yeah, the Assault Squad could do a little bit of damage to it, those Assault Marines, but, you know, there's certainly no anti-vehicle stuff per se out there. So, yeah, he's got quite an advantage here. He's going to rush on out with this Razorback. Let's take a look at that big, beautiful white Razorback. Wait, I mean yellow Razorback. Oh, God. Anyhow, so awesome-looking Razorback coming out in the field right now. You can see it's got the wonderful twin-linked heavy bolters on the roof. And just kind of charge on in and introduce those heavy bolters to this nice light scout squad here, already taking a casualty and having to retreat. So, certainly Redders now is wondering, damn, I guess that guy went straight to Tier 2 a little faster than I did, and we're going to get to see him kind of react here, although he can't really do too much because he is 3/4 of the way done upgrading to Tier 2 for the time being. Looks like the Assault Squad is retreating away. The Force Commander is sprinting along, just grabbing this power node, and he's got Marines up top grabbing this victory point. Marines standing around doing nothing, and looks like some scouts coming up here, putting some pressure on these generators. The Razorback is just kind of, you can see, kind of corralling around all of these troops right now, just kind of herding them all back into the base for the time being. Assault Squad, Apothecary. Ooh, Apothecary getting an upgrade right there. It looks like he's getting the combat stimulant so that he can stimulate his troops a little bit more. And for the time being, it looks like the Razorback is just kind of being a blocker right now, just kind of being a frontal guard here. Now we have the entirety of Chef Elite's forces right north of this power node here. Looks like killing 1 generator, putting a lot of pressure on this power node, and we're going to have to see some sort of a counterattack right now from Redders, unless he runs out of power completely. You can see he only has 24 power in the bank right now, losing a 2nd generator now. Scouts are leading the charge right now, throwing a hand grenade on top of the Tactical Marines. Both TACs upgraded with some sergeants right now too. You can see the battle cry has been activated. We got quite a bit of damage going up here right now. The Assault Marines, taking 2 casualties on the way in. The Assault Marines still flying back, taking focus fire. Oh my God, the Assault Marines shot down in mid-air right now, and now it's just these Tactical Marines standing around here under the effects of battle cry, gunning down everything in front of them. And all of Redder's units are destroyed in one fell swoop. That was evil. That was definitely evil. I think we had a little bit of mismanagement there by by Redders. It sounds like he's saying in chat right now, I was hammering the wrong retreat button. Major fail. Ah, yes. He must be a Company of Heroes player. In Company of Heroes, retreat is the T key, but in Dawn of War 2, retreat is the X key. A classic mistake, and in this case, a very costly one. So it looks like we have a GG from Redders and a GG from Chef Elite. So congratulations to Chef Elite, a.k.a. 2marston, on all of the forums. He's going to be moving on to the finals, and we will take a peek at that game next. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am Harlequin, and stay tuned. Subscribe if you like these games.